Welcome back, everyone, to another exciting episode of the Functional Longevity Podcast. We give you insight on how to get fit, feel younger, live better. I'm your host, Chris Border, best-selling author and owner of Y.E.S. Fitness. And let me first thank you for taking time from your busy day to listen to what I have to say. And before we get started, let's thank our sponsor, Y.E.S. Fitness. Most people lose the ability to enjoy life as they age. At Y.E.S. Fitness, we help people age 40 plus get fit so they can live longer and enjoy those extra years doing the things they love to do. Some quick housekeeping here. You can get a timestamp or a transcript of today's broadcast by heading over to yesfitnessct.com. Across the top, you see a button for podcasts. Click on that button, and you'll have access to now any one of our 245 episodes. You can also get this broadcast wherever podcasts can be found. Shocking truths hidden in America's healthiest and unhealthiest states. People love a good list, especially when it comes to health. Today, we're exploring something that quietly influences every aspect of how we feel, move, and age, where we live. Now, before you start browsing real estate listings and planning a cross-country move, let's take a closer look at what the healthiest states in America are doing differently and what the most challenged ones revealed about the changes we all need to make, no matter our zip code. As someone who's worked in the health and fitness industry for over 30 years, I've seen firsthand how our environment, habits, and even our zip code can shape our ability to live well for longer. We're going to break down why some states in America are crushing it when it comes to health outcomes and longevity, and why others are struggling mightily. This isn't just trivia. It's a powerful reminder on how environment, policies, lifestyle, and culture can either elevate or erode your health. Let's first examine the data and see what we can learn, and more importantly, how we can apply these insights to live a longer, more vibrant life ourselves. So the healthiest states in America, what are they doing right? So let's kick things off on a high note. Let's start with the positives. Based on data from America's Health Rankings and Forbes Advisor, the top 10 healthiest states in the United States right now are Hawaii, which is always on the list, Colorado, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Vermont, Connecticut, Utah, Minnesota, Washington, and Rhode Island. So what's their secret sauce? Let's start with Hawaii. Often crowned the healthiest state in America, the Aloha State boasts one of the highest life expectancies in the country. Why? Low rates of chronic disease, high physical activity levels, strong social support networks, and yes, the power of natural environment. When your everyday backdrop is sunshine, ocean breezes, and outdoor living, it's easier to stay active and grounded. Next up is Colorado, a state that consistently ranks near the top thanks to its incredibly low obesity rate, high rates of physical activity, and clean mountain air. Coloradians tend to live a very active lifestyle. Hiking, biking, skiing, and walking are part of daily life. Obesity is a major driver of chronic illness, so it's no surprise that Colorado residents tend to enjoy better long-term health. New Hampshire is another standout. What makes them unique is their low smoking rate, minimal diabetes prevalence, and an especially strong sense of community and support. And that's something we can't overlook. Social connections aren't just good feeling good. They're biological protection. People with strong support networks actually live longer, healthier lives. Then there's Massachusetts, which is often praised for its healthcare access and high quality medical systems. This is a state that invests heavily in public health, and it shows. It also it's also notable for excellent women's health outcomes, a reminder that proactive policy can directly impact generational health. And we have Vermont and Connecticut, both rank high due to strong preventive care initiatives, public health funding, and a population that prioritizes healthy habits. Utah stands out with some of the lowest rates of obesity and heart disease in the country, much of which stems from cultural factors and a high rate of physical activity. And Minnesota often lands in the top because it's clean environment, bike-friendly cities, and balanced activities. And finally, Washington and Rhode Island round out the list, both earning high points for healthcare quality, public health infrastructure, and active living. So, what is it these states have in common? What can we take from that? They have low rates of obesity and smoking, higher levels of exercise and outdoor activity, access to nutritious foods and preventive health care, and strong social and community networks. And finally, environmental support, clean air, walkable cities, nature access. These are pillars of functional longevity and proof that health isn't just a personal choice, it's also influenced by where and how you live. So now, the unhealthiest states. Where were they falling behind? What's going on down there? On the flip side, let's talk about the states that are consistently landed at the bottom of the health rankings: West Virginia, Mississippi, Kentucky, Louisiana, and Alabama. Other states that frequently join the group include Tennessee, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Ohio, and Indiana. What's going wrong in these states? Well, let's first take a look at West Virginia as a case study. This state has one of the highest rates of obesity and smoking, and tragically, one of the highest drug overdose health rates in the country. Life expectancy is among the lowest nationwide. The combination of poor lifestyle habits and limited access to healthcare, especially in rural areas, is a dangerous mix. Mississippi tells a similar story. Chronic diseases like cancer, diabetes, and heart disease are rampant. Many residents lack the access to nutritious foods and preventive health services, contributing to poor health outcomes and shortened lifespans. Kentucky struggles with high rates of smoking, obesity, and sedentary behavior. Louisiana battles not only health issues but environmental challenges like poor air quality and food deserts, which limit access to fresh, whole foods. Alabama, one of the other states I mentioned, also report high rates of physical inactivity and chronic illness. So why the gap? What's the underlying causes? So what's creating this gap between the healthiest and unhealthiest states? Well, here are some of the key drivers. Obesity. It's not just about appearance. Obesity is one of the strongest predictors of chronic disease, including heart disease, type 2 diabetes, stroke, cancer, and more. States with the highest obesity rates inevitably struggle with poor health outcomes. Smoking. This is no surprise. Smoking damages nearly every organ in the body and remains a leading cause of preventable death. Where smoking rates are high, health outcomes are low. When you have physical activity, movement is medicine. States where more people live sedentary lifestyles experience more disease, more disability, and shorter lives. We take a look at poor diet. Ultra processed foods dominate the American food landscape. It's cheap, convenient, and everywhere. But it's also one of the biggest threats to long-term health. Many Americans simply don't know how to eat healthy anymore or can't afford to. We've got some substance abuse, particularly in areas hit hard with opioid crisis. Drug overdoses have become a leading cause of death. This is especially devastating in rural, underserved areas. Got to take a look at environmental factors, air pollution, Food deserts, lack of walkable communities, these all play a role in whether people can live a healthier life. In healthcare access, something people maybe not really thought about. Here's a shocking stat. The US spends more than 18.3% of its GDP on healthcare. That's more than any other country. And yet millions still can't get timely, affordable care, especially those in rural areas and those living with obesity and chronic disease. So what can we do all about this? What can we do? The good news is here. While location plays a role in your health, your daily habits matter even more. Whether you live in Hawaii or West Virginia, your choices around food, movement, sleep, stress, and social connection have a massive impact on your quality of life and longevity. But if we zoom out, there are also critical changes needed at the community level and policy level. We need better public health education, support for local food systems, more walkable communities and green space, improved access to preventable care, resources for addiction recovery and mental health, a cultural shift away from ultra processed food dependencies. The healthcare system alone won't fix this. It's about shifting our culture towards wellness, not about treatment, not just about treatment. We've got to go towards wellness. And here's the wild part. Despite all these changes, the digital health market is booming. It's projected to grow from 88.6 billion in 2022 to over 300 billion in 2030. That tells us people are hungry for solutions. They're seeking tools to take control of their health. So let's give them the tools that actually work. So my final thoughts here, no matter where you live, the lesson is simple. Your health is your wealth. Your zip code may influence it, but it's your habits define it. Let's make the best of the healthiest states have to offer. Active living, social connection, prevention, focused care, and apply it to our lives, our families, and our communities. Remember, functional longevity isn't about surviving longer. It's about thriving longer. And that starts with how you move, eat, sleep, and think today. Thank you for joining me today on the Functional Longevity Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend, leave a review, or subscribe so you never miss an episode. Until next time, stay strong, live well, and keep making those choices that move you closer to your healthiest life. So we'll see you in a week with more information on how to get fit, feel younger, live better. Thanks for watching.